Dave Black, former national player, junior national coach, and also P.H.A.S.E.1 director in Jamaica.
Rohan Ferguson, assistant coach at Emerson Technical High School, and also assistant coach with P.H.A.S.E.1 Academy. It's a great opportunity for the boys. Some of them didn't even dream that they will come this far. Some of them even dream to take a plane come America.
Not even just them. Like for me, starting like a little academy and merging, and for me, like it's a big step.
Yeah, man.
A big step.
Big understatement is a huge step.
But for us starting the academy, we just we just try to help out the 1 and 2 few kids. But this is not just for just those 1 and 2 few kids. It's for the entire country.
Yeah, man. It's for these here and a lot more to come. It's just a growth. Like growth in precedence is moving.
When I look at like some of these countries like Puerto Rico, I always like a top in like the Central Basketball League. Like this is what they do every day. Like they have their own academy, they have teams traveling and playing. If we want to, if as a country we want to match up to those countries, like we have to be doing the same level of thing. We have to be playing like consistent high level basketball, and to do that we have to be like having teams coming in Jamaica to play us, and also we traveling to play these teams.
And the opportunity goes both ways. It is not just about basketball, but educational wise. It's a great opportunity for them just to see. You never can tell. One may come here and get picked to go to a college, make it a scholarship. So in every way it's a plus. In every way it's a plus for them. Every way it's a plus.
And to see like the growth of some of these young guys, like most of these guys are like they're all top players in their school. They are top players in the NBL that just finished, and these are just like 17, 18-year-old guys. So like that's a huge step, having them played international games and then having them going back to play like the level of basketball.
Yeah.
So that's a big plus for us. And one of the biggest things also, like you're seeing somebody like a trouble kid, like a kid that is not focused in school, or they're not doing their work, and the minute they switch to the basketball and start to play, and the teacher can come to you and say, "Oh, hey, coach, I see that switch." And it's just the sport of basketball where that's a beautiful thing about when a basketball game, like somebody like they have something to channel that energy, and that switch. And we have a lot of guys you find that that met that switch, like they're struggling in school, not doing school, and because of basketball, oh, I don't want to lose this.
Yeah.
So like, but for me, like being here today, like Tampa, Florida, like a little maga boy from Toronto, like I can only dream about this opportunity. Meeting Wayne and Nina is big.
Yeah.
He's sharing his passion, and he's sharing like, oh, this is reality. Like for me, like when you hear somebody say that, you're like, oh yeah. Like,
but to be honest, I've always said it that from the day we meet Wayne and we started talking about this whole thing, I've always said that, yo, Wayne, this is going to happen. It's just a matter of when. But to see the reality, and after our first trip to Pennsylvania, I said to myself, I said, but this looks like this thing really will work. Because we started getting so many invites, and I was there thinking like, for so many years we're waiting to get one invite. And we got one. And just going to Pennsylvania, the amount of invites we started getting, I was like, yo, this thing will work. And now we take off. I remember saying to Wayne, you know, so we're not going to have space to put people. Because this thing will be big. And I think that a few months later, and the amount of trips we have taken and the growth that we're seeing, because each time the players come here to play, we can see growth. We can see the growth that they're playing. Each game they play better.
So they have this in the NCAA tournament that's in Montego Bay. For the past like 3 years, There about?
More than that, man. Probably about, 'cause it was before COVID.
Yeah.
Before COVID, probably about 5 years. About 5 years.
Yeah. I get the opportunity to meet Wayne and Nina at the Jersey Mike Jamaica Classic.
You know, the opportunity to come back here and do basketball was in 2019 when I came back for the Jersey Mike Classic. I had a player that was playing for Eastern Michigan where I went, and you know, I met Dave Black, and that you know, the rest of the history. You know, I saw.
I get opportunity to meet them there, and they asked like they can come over my school and visit and stuff like that. And I said yes, we invite them, and he come to the school, met the kids, see our court, our parking lot. Like that was, it looked like a parking lot. And from that day, like his passion for the game, you can see how he loved the game, and how he was just involved or just talking to the kids. That
passion and struggle.
Yeah, that is somebody like, you know, like
really
I want to be involved with, and like just, he talk about his background and the school that he have in Chile and Calabar. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. Like having a primary school in your own community. So we started that conversation from that day, and I tell him about our academy, which was King of the Court at the time, and he was sharing that his academy in Canada is P.H.A.S.E.1, and the one he was doing in Phoenix, and was talking about how we can help out each other, and you know, and we decided that is merging the both academy, like merging P.H.A.S.E.1 with his other academy, and see how we can go for there. And that is how we start the P.H.A.S.E.1 Academy in Jamaica. And he would just give us resources and stuff like that and help us. Like with the level of training that you're getting in Canada, you want to involve and get the same kids, the same level of training, so we can boost the talent up.
I remember when I came and it was King of the Court, and it was during COVID that Sir Rose said to me that we're going to merge and things are going to get better by merging with Wayne, because his passion, as I mentioned, his passion for the game and his passion for development will really bear good fruit.
And I think that development is a big thing, because you find that anytime you find persons come from overseas, it's about just pulling that one talent and just get them outside.
Yeah.
Like
not building anything.
Yeah. We want to stay there and develop basketball and build up, and I think that is very important, because you have a lot of persons who come in and they will take like 1 and 2 best players, and then the program will drop.
Everything drop. There's nobody to set the standard.
That wasn't his goal. Is to bring up the entire like country in basketball. Development is a big thing for him. So I think that was one of the things that like the key thing that draw us to P.H.A.S.E.1 or to merge both academy, that development aspect of it. And we started off as soon as we start, we can see the growth in terms of like the kids. And persons from outside, like everybody started asking, how can I get my kids involved?
Remember, we started off and it was probably about 10 to 12. 10 to 12 individuals that we had there.
And then with the level of like just a poster alone, like changed everything for us.
Man.
Just like there's a poster changed the level for us. Like we moved from like
every
10
week
kids to around 50.
Yeah, man. Every week me personally I get calls from parents. How can I get involved?
Just by
trust me, posting
a flyer.
Yeah, man.
Like as before that we live on the flyers, just like a word of mouth. Oh, we have our academy that send 1 and 2 and just by a poster alone, and we talk about like the merging of the academy, and persons see like, oh, we have an international, it merges somebody international. There is in Canada and Phoenix.
That made a difference.
I want to get my son involved in it.
That made a difference.
That was big, and like the academy starting in Montego Bay, it grew like, and then we have like we start franchise. We have one in Kingston. And it's just like everybody in like every high school players, like they want to get involved with P.H.A.S.E.1, because it's not just like a one-off thing.
I think part of it is knowing that it's not really only based in Jamaica, because most of the other things that starts in Jamaica most of the time, it just take time to water them. So I guess knowing that we had some international backing really helped. Yeah, and one of the big things too, like the start of that merge, we have 2 of our young kids who got scholarship. Anthony and Kyle Fraser, who went to Phoenix. So
And the get-go of having the academy, we have two persons in the league, and we can sit, and everybody could see the merge of the academy. So that was pretty big to see that two persons from their high school they know got scholarship.
They're saying, yo, this is like it really can work.
Yeah. So you find that first you'll find that like most of the school, like for example Cornwall or some other school, they don't want to send their kids because it's Urban Morrison and whatnot. But
you realize something about Urban.
When I see that it's bigger than that, I see that guys are getting the opportunity. You see some of those local schools charge to send their kids or charge more of those outside kids into P.H.A.S.E.1. And then you talk on a Saturday, you see like Westmoreland. We have even a guy coming from St. Catherine there. Like that's crazy. That's like a 3-hour drive.
First time the man tell me say I come from St. Catherine, I said, you serious? You come down last night? I said, no, I came down this morning. I said, leave and you're going back up. Yes, sir. I said, no, man, it's serious.
And even one of the guys that are here, Hubert was even from Manchester coming to the academy. Like he saw it, like just to tell about the post on Instagram, I thought like it's a big difference, like just that post. Hubert was coming from Mandeville, guy was coming from St. Catherine, just to be a part of the academy. So that's crazy. And that's like every Saturday, guys we go on a bus Saturday morning, come down for just 2-3 hours and then back on the bus to go home. So that merge, you can say is the starting point where
the thing started growing. On the parenting side of it, my son is in the academy. He's also here with us. It's always been his dream. And his dream has become my dream. I think that sometimes parents tend to push their kids to fulfill the parents' dreams. But we need to be strong 100% behind our kids in what they really want to do. So from the minute Joshua told me that it's basketball, I kept saying to him, yo, you have to have a plan B. If you have a plan A, plan B, a plan C. So Joshua, what's your plan B? Basketball, daddy. Joshua, what's plan C? Basketball. Joshua, you have to have something else. So with him saying that, I said, you know what? I'm going to go 100% behind him. But it's with P.H.A.S.E.1 on board, we got the opportunity to start traveling. And him coming here to play as a parent, watching your kid playing in an atmosphere that you're not even used to as a parent. I've never really been overseas to watch any form of basketball games, whether it be high school, college, NBA, nothing. And to see him playing here, trust me, it's words can't explain the joy that you get from it. I can just imagine the other parents, the way they feel, because me being a coach and being around them, it should be a little bit more easier for me to accept. But as a parent, just sending your kid out there and then watching on the videos and all that to see what's really happening, they must be elated. It must be a joy beyond words. With you and Kyrie, I look for Kyrie come up as a parent.
As a young parent, I think from day one, I think the conversation between me and Wayne, like, this is not going to be a quick fix in terms of the basketball culture in Jamaica. The person who might benefit from this the most is maybe sometimes my son, who's 4 now. Right? And I think that's the biggest thing for me. I want him to be involved in basketball. I think we keep some mini clinics and he's loving it.
Basketball already.
He's loving it. Like even just like being around the kids and stuff like that, like he's loving it. Like I always love the match. He wants to be, I don't know, like this referee thing with him. I don't know what's
Boston ref and coach. But you can say better. Him father a big coach and his father a big baller. Where to go happen?
Like every time, hey, Daddy, can I be the ref? Daddy, can I be the coach? Like, Daddy, can I coach today? I'm like, hey, just relax. You still get your time. Like,
it's a good feeling, man.
Yeah, so you have your son out there, want to be involved with what you're doing, and also just building or developing basketball to when his time come to start playing the game. I started I want it to be like that big platform you can go and showcase.
Yeah.
And I think that is pretty huge. Like building something now where like the younger kids is going to benefit from it. And the next thing for me, like the opportunity that comes with basketball, like cities, like the number of scholarships that we have over the past couple of years with the merge, like that is huge.
Last year,
coach, parents, imagine the time when they reach my career, like the number a scholarship was going to be given out. It's going to be
Paka bus.
yeah. Alright, for me, I get involved in basketball pretty late as well. I started playing basketball at 16. Because I didn't like 12, 13, 14, I didn't know basketball was playing in Jamaica.
But to be honest, in my days, there weren't anywhere to play.
Yeah.
I knew nowhere to get involved. It was something I loved, but nowhere to get involved.
I grew up in a little community that's called Marintown. Like, there's no basketball court up to this day. We grew up playing football, cricket, like all those other sports. But my parents decided to move to a community, and the community that we moved into, those guys were like just starting playing basketball. So I was playing on we call a light post with just nail on the rim on the light post. First it was a bicycle rim, then we used crate, and then we eventually like buy a basketball rim. And then we start like
I guess we just started using play basketball, football, right?
Yeah. And then we started to buy stuff, buy balls, and we started to like play the game. And then our physical education teacher at the time was Mr. Dow. He decided that he's going to start a basketball team, and we play in a league. We played the first game, and it was like it's something that I had fun. So I decided that I'm going to follow it up. So like basketball is always the thing that is like keep me grounded. Like it's always basketball where like you get me in the classroom or like try to aspire for more, and basketball is that for me. I call it one of like what affects the level of growth in basketball. Like kids start playing basketball in high school, which is way too late.
Way too late.
Like at 16-year-old, they find that somebody just playing basketball.
And then on top of that, the amount of games for the entire school year.
Yeah, so high school basketball season start October and finish December. So it's a short season. You find out like school play a maximum maybe 12 games for the season, and then that's it. Like you find out like we want to compete with these countries that is playing 100, 200 games a season.
And we're way behind already.
Way behind because we starting to play the game late. I will find that like most of these guys, like we find that guys that get the opportunity to play overseas are some of those guys where like they start playing the game from maybe 12, 13. But if we can start playing the game from 6, 4, 5, all the way 8, like it will change the level of basketball.
That change the level big time. And because the key to it is getting more games in. And then I must say though that it's growing. It's growing, and because you're getting a lot of youngsters asking about it now. How can they get involved? So there is growth, but I think we just need to have the opportunity to play more games.
The funniest thing, like when I was coming in, like we're going to the airport and somebody was seeing the shirts and I was asking, what are you guys going to play? I was at basketball. And they said, what? We play basketball in Jamaica? This day and age, we're still
Imagine that.
We're still like that. We're still like that.
Imagine that.
But one of the biggest problems in Jamaica, like we start playing the game of basketball too late. These guys need to get introduced to basketball very young. If you ask any of our players that is here today, like
high school,
90% of them is going to start playing basketball at 16, 15, 14, which is too late. But the level, it's growing fast, like it's spreading wider. We're still in high school, we have maybe 50% or maybe 30%, between 50 and 30% of the schools like involved in basketball in Jamaica. We still need a wider margin, 80% of all the schools.
You know, to be honest, I think what will change it is seeing someone from the high school level get a scholarship and move on, and then that will open up the eyes to a lot of the other schools that are not involved now, thinking that hey, this is a gateway for somebody.
And the thing about it, like you have, like for example, when I'm growing up, you have a player like Samada Samuels. He was in Trelawney, played for Mushat High School.
And imagine Trelawney where everybody that can say bush.
At 16, I think Samada get a scholarship to New York and move on to college, one at D1 college, and then move to NBA. Like those stories, like a lot of persons don't know of him. I know, like, hey, we have persons who grew up in Trelawney that played in the NBA, that was playing high school basketball in Jamaica, in the NBA. Like those stories need to be told.
But that's the key though. Getting them out there, getting the exposure would open doors for the others.
Yeah.
Really open doors for the others.
And if you ask these kids, like most of them, like the same thing with the big problem we have, like we have guys here that play maybe 6 games, 6 games totally, like that's a career, 6 games, because they're from some high school that don't play basketball. Like for example, Anthony. He went
to Irvine High. They don't have a basketball team.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for P.H.A.S.E.1, we probably wouldn't even know Anthony.
Yeah. And the biggest, like we have, all of our courts are outdoor. That's our major problem.
Major problem.
Yeah. We can't play as
different
fast.
pace.
Yeah, we can't play as hard. Like it's different here when you see the guys, like we in warm-up line and person diving on the floor for the ball. Yeah, that's crazy.
There's only one man who do that.
He said, you know what he said? He said that, hey, coach, you know something like do that? Like the ball up on the floor, I'm check off him. I don't get to do it as much at home. So I come here, like every ball up on the floor, just watch me.
Bossing water. Coming here to play and playing at home, total different culture. Total different culture. The pace of the game is one of the main things. The pace of the game, because playing on the board floor, you know, say the ball, both you and the ball are faster.
And like having these conversations with some of these overseas players, they know that how far back we are in terms of when you hear the amount of games they are playing for the year. Like it's crazy. I mean, I tell them the amount of games, like our season, high school seasons.
For the weekend, I one season for it.
Our season, it's actually finished. Like it's 2 more games left for the high school season, and we finish. And then that's it.
We play what so far? About 10 or 9 games. Somebody about.
And then that's it for basketball for most of them, because there's no club league. There's nothing else for high school basketball or for high school. So these guys are going to be sitting at home, not doing anything. For the rest of the year, if they don't get involved. So, and that's the culture for basketball. Like they play for 3 months and then that's it. So you find like a basketball player is not just only a basketball player. They
play football or track and field.
Just to keep active. Because basketball season is so short and there's no other program outside of the high school basketball program.
Yeah, that's a pity.
My name is Zachary Smith. I'm a 6'4" shooting guard, and I attend Campion College, and I'll be traveling with P.H.A.S.E.1 Jamaica's AAUT.